Good evening, everybody. I have no idea our countdown little timer screen thing is broken, so the thumbnail for this video is going to be kind of interesting. It said 404 does not work, and that doesn't make any sense to me. I'll have to have Kylie look into that whenever she gets back to the house. So, we haven't been live in a couple weeks. So we've got absolutely nothing to talk about. We do have one thing. The National Hurricane Center has got Invest 90L out here into the subtropical Atlantic, well east of Bermuda. No threat to land whatsoever. It is currently at a 60% chance of development. It has come down from the 70% chance that it was earlier, but let me show you guys what we're looking at. This is from Tropical Tidbits, and if you look, about that. There's nothing to this storm. Now, let me show you the infrared satellite of this, and when I say that there is nothing to this storm, I really mean there is nothing to this storm. We've got some shear and we've got some very hostile conditions that are going to end up kind of interacting with this. I would not be surprised to see the development chances continue to go down. We do have some banding features with it. It is kind of separated from a troughing feature, trying to get reconnected with a upper level low, but otherwise than that, it's really junk storm, honestly. If we take a look at the spaghetti plots that they have on it, nothing really calls for it to get any kind of intensity as it continues to interact with this upper level low that will be ushering it out into the open waters here in the very near future. It's already out in the middle of the open waters. But as you could see, it's not even a threat to the Azores. It has no real intensity. Even the European ensembles, if we take a look here over the next 10 days, and the entire Atlantic Basin has nothing. It doesn't even pick up on this thing. Maybe once it gets way up here, and I think this is the upper level low that it is tied to. But otherwise than that, as you could see, we really don't have much. There is a little bit of signal down here into the Eastern Pacific. The Eastern Pacific's been running hot so far this season, but nothing for the Atlantic. And if we take a look even at the GEFS, and I've got this out 10 days, there's nothing out here. You'll see a little scratch here and there, but nothing of consistency at all. There is reasons for that. We've got our dust model here. I'll start it at hour 6 and just let it run. As you can see, we've got a good amount of Saharan dust that is still forecast to come across the basin and really interact and help suppress things. That's not the only suppressive feature that we have. We also have a kind of a more suppressive phase of the Madden-Julian oscillation, even though it's not really active right now, but more of a leftover suppressive phase from it. You could see here on the GEFS, if I pull this up here, if it'll let me, okay, I'll pull the crayons up. So we read this by going down in time this way, and then if I scroll down a little bit, this will kind of give you an idea of where we're at in the world. So right now, this area here, kind of this line, is a suppressive lobe of the Madden-Julian oscillation that has to move through our basin. And this is going to be more sinking air. The upper level winds will be a little bit more increased. And then as you could see, maybe the Eastern Pacific starts to get a little crazy again. Here when we get into the beginning of July. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But even then, really don't see much. We'll have to wait and see what the models look like when we get into the beginning part or start to get towards the beginning of July. But otherwise than that, we really, there's not much at all on the cards for the Atlantic Basin at all. which is a good thing. It has nothing to do with the rest of the season, what goes on right now. But it's, hey, I'll take whatever we can get. Jumping out to the Eastern Pacific, we still have an area out here. Disturbance number 1 has a 10% chance of development over the next 48 hours and a 70% chance of development over the next 7 days. These development percentages have held steady for about the last 24 hours. There hasn't been any change in the 48-hour or 7-day timeline. So it'll be very interesting to see if this thing actually gets itself together. Taking a look at the GO satellite, and actually I'm going to refresh this and pop this out just a few more frames. It'll really help to highlight, as you can see, this is going to be around sunrise when it finally loads. And what we're looking at is a broad area of rotation right in this region right here. There could be a small little surface feature trying to develop right there where I put that little X. But again, it is a very broad area of rotation. It's going to have to take some time before it were to consolidate, if it does consolidate into anything. Taking a look at Earth Null, as you could see, there's our broad area of rotation down there in the Eastern Pacific. Slide this out of the way. Here is that broad area that I was mentioning, and this right here is Invest 90L. This is the area that we're watching. So I'm going to kind of zoom in a little bit here on 90L, and just to kind of show everybody what we're looking at. So there's a lot, as you can see, there's a lot of wind kind of change and dynamics going on here at the surface. If we come up about a mile above the surface, you'll start to notice that we're getting some winds coming in from this direction. This is going to usher in some dry air in association with this trough and upper level low feature. That's not the only player involved with this. If we come up to the 500 millibar level, as you can see that this upper level low feature, mid-level, upper level low feature, is really, really messing up. We'll put our trusty green circle here and then jump back up. As you can see, the shear is really starting to impact this. And on top of that, we're starting to get kind of this troughing feature right here, and you're getting the winds coming in on the backside. That being said, if we come up to the about 6 miles up into the atmosphere, as you can see, we've got winds, at the 3-mile range that are coming in from about this direction. At the 6-mile range, we've got winds coming in here, and this is a shear component that is not allowing any thunderstorm activity to get its act together. So that's kind of why we're looking at this right now, a pretty much a naked swirl of devoid of any thunderstorm activity. There's a few showers here on the northern side, but as you can see with this upper level feathered clouds right here, there's an awful lot of shear. This upper level low, mid-level low, is just to its north, and it's going to struggle to try to get any type of hold into the atmosphere. And what makes it even worse, here we're at between 34 and 35 degrees north, and we're at about 53 degrees west. Well, if we come over and we take a look at the water temperatures for the North Atlantic, 35 would be right in this region, and we're out here to where the water temperatures, as it continues to go along, those are going to continue to drop. So it's not in a good environment at all. There's too much shear. There's reducing water temperatures. It's not there, folks. It's really not. Now, if we come back down here and bring our trusty green circle over here to this broad area of low pressure in the Eastern Pacific, take a look at the difference. All right, we've got kind of a CAG feature trying to set up. You've got some winds that are trying to cross from the Eastern Pacific into the Western Caribbean here, or to the Southern Caribbean. And though it's not really achieving it too much, the trade winds are coming through and it's being caught up by this low pressure here. If we come up a little bit further into the atmosphere, as you could see, it is vertically aligned. It has not established anything into the mid levels and the upper levels. There's a little bit of shear involved with this, so it's not the best environment. It's certainly not the environment that Hurricane Eric did last week. That was insane. Now, one last quick final thing. We'll jump out here to parts of the Western Pacific. Sepat, I guess that's how you pronounce that. I'm well known for butchering names. As you can see, it is a minimal tropical storm. 35 knots is equivalent to 40 miles an hour. So this is a very low end tropical storm here. Forecast to brush in and along the east coast, the southeastern coast, well, I guess east central part of Japan there, near Tokyo. So not a lot. The rainfall could be considerable, being that it is a tropical system. There is a frontal boundary associated with this, so kind of compressing the two together will probably lead to a considerable amount of inclement weather. Eyes on 96W will kind of go at that at a later date, but that's definitely increasing the rainfall here into parts of the Philippines. So again, folks, this live wasn't necessarily supposed to be very long here. Yeah, it's nasty out there, guys. Please make sure you stay hydrated. The heat is ridiculous this week. Just getting into the Climate Prediction Center, as you can see, we've got above average temperatures that are already out there and are continue to potentially stay that way, with the precipitation being above normal into the desert southwest there, and maybe along the northern Gulf Coast, getting into as we could see here, if I could keep that graphic, into the western parts of the Florida Panhandle, parts of Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana there. So above normal, and the temperature, above equal chances here for the East Coast for the month. That's for July. We'll see. I mean, we know it's like sitting next to the sun when it comes to that point. The Global Tropics Hazards Outlook, if I can get this graphic to pull up. Let's go here. As we can see, we do not have anything going through the first week. So nothing anticipated. We're looking at the Eastern Pacific again, maybe out there into the Western Pacific, which is kind of in a way verified, at least for the short term. And the Eastern Pacific, we've got a 1070 out there. As far as the Atlantic is concerned, we're still quiet, folks. So I don't expect to be live tomorrow night at all. I would not be surprised if the National Hurricane Center drops these development percentages below the live threshold that we need, maybe down to as low as 30% here at the next outlook at 8 p.m. Eastern. So not expecting much, folks. So all right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down here tonight. One quick last look. As you can see, again, the sun has gone down on our area right here, associated with Invest 90L. Again, it is right there. As you can see, there's hardly any showers, thunderstorm, anything. And that other upper level low is right here. And it's just too close, folks. There's too much shear. Too much dry air being associated with it. It's just, no. It's a fish storm, and it's not even going to get a name to it. They might reclassify it later on at the end of the season as a tropical depression that it was potentially early this morning, but it's nothing now. So have a wonderful evening, folks, and we'll talk to you again here in the future. I don't see it being anytime in the near term. But again, if anything reaches 40% or higher on the National Hurricane Center's website, we're live. So that's why we're here. We're talking about nothing, but we're here because it's over 40%. So have a great time, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.